Bam! Laundry's done. Bam! Beautiful table. Look at this. I washed all my protein shake bottles. Yay! Look how many there are. Yeah! All clean. Start the day. What's up, guys? I need to go downstairs, run some errands. I've just been running errands all day long. It's because we're getting ready to move out in a few days. So I need to figure out my address change and everything else at the leasing office. Aaron's getting ready. He already has his stuff all kind of packed up. I hate dealing with the leasing office. Anyway, I have to come back later. They're not even open. I'm gonna grab something refreshing to drink. Freshly squeezed organic lemonade. It's so good. Frozen. Hey guys, so I thought that I would talk a little bit about some more college stories since I have so many of those. I had mentioned before I went to Cornell University, so I thought today that I would talk about the most difficult classes that I've ever taken. I had a finance class. The teacher was so hard on everybody. Everyone would just have to go to the TA hours, which I think is one of the best ways to get ahead. I learned, especially in freshman year. Sounds like extra hours, they might call it office hours, but definitely that's the best way to do well in school. You know why? Because the professors, yeah, sometimes they do grade the papers, but most of the times it's the TAs who grade the papers. And so if the TAs are grading the papers and you go to the TA hours, they're going to help you succeed in the class. And they're the ones who did well in the class anyway to begin with. Anyway, back to my story. So finance was one of the hardest classes. Teacher was very, very hard. His homework assignment every week would be one question on it, but it would be like a full page story. And I was always like, oh, one homework question? That sounds so easy. Only one homework per week. Well, that one question would take about 9 hours to complete. And none of us knew how to do it, so we would all go to the TA hours, and he wouldn't give the TAs the answers. He would have the TAs actually figure it out themselves and then figure out a way to teach it to the students. We had these things called fun readings, which of course, not fun at all. And the exam consisted of 4 questions. He told us, you can bring a cheat sheet. And he says, me personally, as the professor, I would have to study 125 hours to pass the exam. We're all like, what? I actually ended up passing, and I only studied about 87 hours. So take that, Professor Chang. I remember on the day of the test, there were 4 questions. If you get one question wrong, that's already a 75%. That's considering you got the other 3 questions correct, which these were really, really difficult questions, and they all had to do with current events. So you basically had to know everything about current events, and you had to read the newspaper and know everything about it. He wouldn't talk about it in class. And then the teacher announced at the beginning of the test, you can go to the bathroom as many times as you want, try cheating, ask the professors, call your parents. You're not going to be able to answer these questions. To be totally honest, I don't remember what I got in the class. I know it wasn't anywhere in the A range. I think it was in the B range, actually, which was pretty surprising. And I felt so proud of myself for doing that, but that's one of the reasons why I never want to go into finance, because that class ruined my life. And then the other class that I had that was ridiculously difficult just for me was business law. We had to read all the past trials and all the notes in it, which was incredibly dry and boring to me. The thing that was difficult for that class was actually the final exam, because the professor's like, I don't like it when you go to a test and you just didn't really study too much, but you just happen to be lucky enough to have the stuff on the test be what you studied, even though you didn't study everything. He's like, I don't like that. I like to test on everything. And do you know what that meant? That meant that the exams, we had 3 exams throughout the semester. Each one of those exams started at 5 p.m. and went to 2 a.m. in the morning. What? 9-hour exam. I was like dying. So basically I was like, it's at the computer lab. So you just go on the computer and you just type away and it just gives you all these different trials. You have to apply everything that you learned. And the good thing was it was open note, but still, typing away for 9 hours. I remember I would walk out of the exam like early the next morning, like at 1:30 a.m. being like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I got through that. It was like the biggest hurdle in the world. Can you just imagine going into an exam for that long? I had to eat like the biggest dinner before 5 p.m. It was like at 4, o'clock, I ate like the biggest dinner and filled myself up as much as possible because I already knew that like in 4 hours I'd be hungry, in 8 hours I'd be starving, and then by 9 hours I'd like almost be dead. And I didn't drink that much water. We would all bring Gatorade because if you didn't know, Gatorade actually has the electrolytes, so you don't actually need to use the bathroom. You don't need to pee as much as if you had drank water. So we wouldn't have to worry about needing to use the bathroom in the middle of the exam because we would just be typing away or like, we have no time, there's no time to use the bathroom. Those were the two, I would say those were the two hardest final exams that I had. The two hardest exams in college. So yeah, that's what I think this segment is, because I actually have a lot more difficult classes. But those are the most difficult exams I've ever had to take in college. And I would just want to know, if you graduated from college, what were your hardest exams? And if you're in college right now, just think about how good you have it. Makes you probably feel better, huh? Filling up my water here. I'm taking a second assault. I'm getting ready to go play tennis with my friends. And so I'm exhausted from my workout in the morning. Like, I can't even move. I'm kind of like, I need a pick-me-up, and Aaron's like, you should just take some assault because unfortunately I only had a protein shake as my meal. Assault it is! I don't know how I'll feel about this. Headed out to play tennis now! Yeah! I'm so exhausted even after taking this. Made it to the park and look, they're playing Quidditch! They're playing Quidditch! Look, they're playing Quidditch over here. I noticed because of the rings. I was like, this is so like Google of them. We're in Mountain View right now, and that's where Google is located. That is so ridiculous. I've never seen anyone play Quidditch before. Ready?
Steady!
We have pink tennis balls today. It's to help to fight breast cancer. There's a pink one over here. Here it is. It says hope on it. So when you play with it, you are fighting breast cancer. Chris is over there, William's over there, and I'm resting. We're at Sushi Toby right now. Look at this, we had to stand in line. I'm so excited. Look at that one there. It's making me so hungry, I'm so hungry. They have all the fishies over here. Salmon. It's here, I got some sashimi, some grilled mackerel here. Ah, so good. Done, and I'm still hungry. Sup? Sorry the vlog ended kind of abruptly today. Anyway, make sure to subscribe for more great adventures or check out my website, VlogAfterCollege.com. Really hot off the ground. I don't know if you can tell. This is like a standing desk, so it's good for your back. Just stand, and I work on my computer here. Use that to raise or lower the table, as you can see.